I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to move the camera so you can't see my wardrobe. Hi guys, so I thought I would do a Q&A today. This is kind of like a part 2 as well to the questions that I answered a couple of vlogs ago, where the video where I went to the Mayfair and did the little Romwe haul. Also, I'm probably going to be squinting because it's really sunny. First question is, what were your main motivations to recover? Honestly, I think the main one was just I didn't want to live with my eating disorder anymore, and I kind of just got it into my head that, you know, if I kept trying, if I tried my hardest, surely, you know, I could recover, because I'd seen on Instagram that there was, you know, all these recovery accounts and it was possible. Like, some people had proved to me that it was possible to recover, so I thought, I want to do that, you know, why can't I? Like, I know it's going to be hard, but I might as well, you know, try, because I don't want to live with this illness forever. So hopefully that's what my channel and my Instagram does, like, shows you guys that it is possible to recover, because it so is. Recovery is a lot easier once you get to that point where you realise, you know, that you're only fighting yourself by living with your eating disorder. You're not doing yourself any good, and it's just so much easier. And you realise that your eating disorder is nothing to be scared of as well. Like, it can't physically hurt you. So yeah, and also, I've spoken about this before, I'm sure, but you know, I just wanted to recover for my family, for social life, for my mental health as well, for like my education, for work, just so that my life wasn't on hold anymore, so I wasn't like this sick person that I didn't recognise. Okay, someone said they're stuck in quasi-recovery, which I'm guessing is like half recovery, you know, when you're like half-heartedly doing it, or when you're like in that stage in between where you have a relapse and stuff. Just always been right at the edge of technically being healthy. I can't quite seem to get out of the quasi thing. Do you have any tips on overcoming this in-between thing of being kind of recovered? Love your videos a lot on YouTube. Oh, thank you. That's a really good one, because I had that same thing like for ages, but the difference between real recovery and like half recovery is just your motivation and your mindset, because you can't force yourself to recover if you're not in it. And also going really, really slow. Like, if you push yourself and try and go to this, you know, you wake up one day and you're like, oh, today I don't have an eating disorder anymore, I'm going to pretend it's not there. If you push yourself too much as well, that's not going to work, that's not realistic. You just have to be really gradual and really kind to yourself, and don't push yourself. I say that so much, but that's my main advice in the whole general, you know, eating disorder thing. Just don't push yourself, go as slow as you need to. And you'll know you're pushing yourself if you feel overwhelmed and the thoughts of eating disorders are really loud. But yeah, honestly, just kind of keep reminding yourself while you're doing this whole recovery thing, and you've just got to like keep going no matter how slow you're going, because it's nothing but a mindset, like an eating disorder. Is it ever possible to not overthink and be disappointed that you treated yourself and are now scared of seeing that weight gain go up? Again, that kind of comes in with the whole pushing yourself thing. Like, if you keep treating yourself and you keep feeling really disappointed that you did it, maybe like slow down, because if you're treating yourself too much and you're not ready, then that's just going to be like an opportunity for your eating disorder to creep in and tell you that, you know, you shouldn't have ate that like treat. I know it's really hard, and like in the moment you might want to treat yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that, but don't keep doing it over and over again all the time if you keep going back to the mindset of, oh, I wish I'd never done that. Because like I said, if you go slowly, there really will come a time that you can do it carefree, and like I'm in that space now where I'm eating like whatever I want and I'm comfortable, and I didn't ever think that I would get to that kind of point. But it's honestly just like, it's amazing how you mentally can just get out of the habit of an eating disorder. And also body confidence comes with mentally growing, like through your like recovery. You'll just feel so much more body confident, and you'll feel better about the whole weight gain thing, so you won't be so much worrying about treating yourself because of weight gain. I feel like the last two answers also answered this next question, which is, how can I eat more certain foods without feeling any guilt, because I know exactly what's in them from memorising food labels. I used to do that too, and I'm sure lots of people do. Like, I'd look at something, I could probably look at something now and tell you exactly what is in it, like what calories, what fat, what sugar, what carbs, etc. Just because, you know, it's like a bad habit that I used to do, and now my brain kind of just like memorises that. But like I said, yeah, like the last two answers I gave kind of go with that one as well. It's just like practice and being kind to yourself, not forcing yourself to eat like foods that are too high calories just because you want to prove yourself wrong. You want to prove yourself that you can overcome this eating disorder, because you will get to a point where, like I said, you can eat treats without overwhelming yourself. So there's no point trying to do it now if you know you're not ready. But yeah, just go slowly, and you will get to a point where you look at foods and you don't even think about what's in them, and you don't care what's in them. What was your biggest recovery win in recovery, other than recovery itself, of course? There's loads of little ones. Like, I can't really say one big one. There's loads of little ones. It's like, at the moment, like once or twice a week, I'm sure the guy in Greggs thinks I'm like a greedy, unhealthy mofo, because I always go in a couple of times a week at the moment, because I've been working a lot. Like I said, I work in my local town, and there is a Greggs there, and I keep getting a custard pastry thing and a sausage roll like all the time, and that for me is a recovery win, because I don't care what's in it. I don't care. It's like, I'm working, you know, I'm allowed, I can treat myself, like. And also I know that I have put on a little bit of weight in the last like couple of months, because I'm eating whatever I want. Like, I'm making sure I eat my vitamins and, you know, my fruits and my vegetables and stuff too, and I'm not eating super unhealthy that it's kind of, you know, like a bad balance, and it's, you know, more unhealthy than it is healthy. But I do, you know, have more unhealthy foods than healthy foods. Although I don't really believe in unhealthy foods. There's like, everything's unhealthy if you don't have it in moderation. And mentally, it's making me so much more happier and positive in myself, knowing that I am okay with the weight gain. And like, I just feel a lot of body positivity for myself. A healthy lifestyle doesn't have to be a perfect balance of what, you know, doctors say you should preferably eat. Like, you don't have to be at your healthiest to be healthy. So yeah, the confidence to just like eat what I want and feel okay about it is definitely my biggest recovery win. There's a few lifestyle questions in here as well. Someone asked me how I started my music and like what's up with that, and how long I've been doing it and stuff. So if you don't know, I have like a music YouTube channel. I always link it in the description. Shameless self-promo. Yeah, I'm not like as good as I want to be, but I'm gonna have like singing lessons, and I just put in a lot of work for it at the moment, just getting to a point where I want to, because even like the best musicians don't start off great. Like, you know, you still have to practice, and yeah, I'm just kind of working on myself. So I'm not where I want to be right now, so I don't really like saying, hey, go check out my YouTube, because I don't think I'm great. Now, I think that just comes with like confidence as well. But I don't know, I've been singing ever since I can remember. Like, I've just always been like a singer. And then I went to stage school when I was younger, and I started writing songs when I was 13, I think. I didn't actually write a like decent one until I was 16. That took a bloody long time to learn how to write songs. But now I can just like spit out a song in half an hour sometimes, like if I'm having a good day. It's really weird. My granddad used to be a musician himself, and he bought me like my first guitar, and you know, he taught me the basic chords. I got my first guitar when I was 7 in 2006, I think. Yeah, 2006 I got my first guitar. And then I started learning piano when I was 12, I think. So I've been playing piano for like 6 years and guitar for like 8. And yeah, when I left school, it wasn't a case of my family asking me, oh, what are you going to do now? It was, what music college are you going to, or what music course are you going to do, what music school are you going to? So I ended up going to a music course, which my granddad also found for me, in Oxford, at Oxford College. Then I did a 2-year course there, and I have 2 diplomas in music now, and I've been gigging and like doing open mics and stuff with my own original music and covers as well. I do a lot of like more acoustic-y stuff for the last like 2.5 years, just open mics and busking and farmers markets. And yeah, I've done like a few charity events and stuff, but the main things I want to get into is like events, because that's where people, you know, you can go to different places and more people can discover you. I also want to get an EP out, but I don't feel like I'm as good of a vocalist and guitar playing and stuff as I want to be at the moment. So yeah, I've got my YouTube channel, and for now I'm kind of like happy with that. I guess it's okay for now, and I'm practicing all the time, so that's kind of what matters. I've got a couple of fetes this summer coming up in the next couple months, and like beer festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, that's exciting. But I don't know, it's a really hard industry to break into, like super hard, because there's so much competition, and also it's just really hard to get out there, and like it just depends on who you know and stuff. I'm quite lucky that I have some good like contacts and stuff, I guess, from like the last couple of years that I've been doing it. But yeah, still it takes like a long time. Someone said, how did you get your subscribers on YouTube, and do you have any advice for people who are starting a channel? I am lucky that I have like a decent following on this channel, like, and I've only had it for like over 6 months, but I think a lot of you came from like my Instagram, which I already had a following on, and just posting positive stuff. I just feel like that's what people want to watch, like positive stuff. I try and share what I've learned with other people, so hopefully that can help. But yeah, if you're starting out a channel, I just kind of recommend like doing stuff that you like. Like sometimes I film videos, I know it might not be what everyone wants to watch, but I enjoy filming it, therefore I think that the people who do watch it are going to notice that that's what I like to film, like. And yeah, being positive and not getting caught up on numbers either. Like, it's great when I see my subscribers going up and my followers and views and likes and stuff going up, but I don't get too hung up on that. I just kind of try and appreciate what I've got, and yeah, just appreciate it as a hobby and like enjoy doing it. Ooh, she also asked, if I want to get a second ear piercing, what would be the least painful place other than the lobe? If you saw my piercings and tattoos video, I actually said that my tragus, or my tragus, I think it's tragus, was not very painful at all. So maybe that one, like that wasn't very painful at all. But also like helix isn't too painful either, but the healing isn't great. Like I said, it's like there's just so many complications with cartilage piercings when it comes to like the outer ear, I think. But yeah, I would like have another cartilage in a heartbeat if the healing was alright, because yeah, it's not very painful. But yeah, I'd recommend either tragus or helix, because I don't have any other ear piercings that aren't like a tragus, a helix or lobe piercings, but I have heard that ones inside, like your daith or your rook or your snug, hurt a lot more, and I can imagine they would as well. Okay, last question is, how do you feel towards other people with eating disorders? I feel connected in some way, like we understand each other. Love your videos. Thank you very much. Yeah, I actually agree with that. Like, I know what you mean. I try not to be too narrow-minded and too, what's the word? What's that word? You know, that word that is something biased. I try not to be too biased, but I don't think being biased is necessarily a bad thing. Like, yeah, obviously I'm biased, you know, if I hear that someone else has an eating disorder, you know, you can connect, because it's such a, it can be such a lonely thing, because it's such, like, if someone doesn't have an eating disorder, they probably don't have a clue what it's like to have one. So when you hear that someone has had one, yeah, you do feel like a weird connection, so I completely get that. It's kind of like that with any other mental illness as well, I feel like. Like, I have a lot of friends with other mental illnesses, and I do feel, you know, like I can talk to them a bit more about it, because also I feel like not all of them, and I'm lucky that I kind of surround myself with positive people that aren't going to be very narrow-minded about that kind of thing, but I do feel like a lot of people, and the reason I'm not super open about my stuff to people I don't know is because there can be a lot of people who just can't understand it. You know, they either don't understand it and think it's silly, or they're intimidated by it, and that's really annoying as well. Like, they'll patronise you, and they'll be quite intimidated by the title of like anorexia or bulimia or whatever it is, because they kind of think of the worst when they hear it. So yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, that's all the questions. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video.